Hey there. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. So, let me hit you with a question right off the bat. Have you ever had one of those days where someone cuts you off in traffic, blares their car horn like they're leading a parade, or jumps the line at your favorite coffee shop, and you're left wondering, how does someone grow up without basic decency? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology behind rudeness, or what some of us like to call the art of being a jerk. But here's the twist. It's not always just bad manners. There's real science behind why some people act like this, and honestly, it's more fascinating than you'd think. But first, quick favor. If you enjoy peeling back the layers on human behavior, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next one. Alright, let's jump in. We all know someone who's mastered the "I don't care about anyone but me" vibe. It could be the guy who talks over everyone at work, the person who pushes ahead in line like it's a survival game, or the neighbor who turns their backyard into a nightclub at 2 a.m. But here's the thing. These people aren't just annoying. Studies show there's often something happening under the surface. First, emotional intelligence, or lack of it. You've heard of IQ, but EQ, emotional intelligence, is all about understanding and managing your own emotions while also reading other people's feelings. And research says that people with low EQ struggle to empathize or regulate how they act in social situations. That guy who's swerving between lanes with no blinker, the coworker who constantly interrupts, chances are they're not reading the room or the highway. It's like their internal empathy meter is on zero. Second, the brain factor. Your prefrontal cortex, think of it as your brain's CEO, handles judgment, impulse control, and logical thinking. But when this part underperforms, so does your social behavior. That's why some people act like toddlers in adult bodies, lacking filters, making poor choices, and oblivious to how their actions affect others. Ever met someone who blasts their music so loud you can hear it through 3 walls? Yeah, CEO of their brain might be on a coffee break. Third, the environment effect. Here's where it gets personal. A person who grew up in an environment full of criticism, neglect, or constant chaos may not have learned emotional regulation or respect for boundaries. It's like they missed the manual on how to be decent. So when they barge into conversations or act aggressively in everyday situations, they might actually be coping with unresolved emotional baggage. Then we've got the big one. Narcissism. Narcissistic people believe the world revolves around them. They'll bulldoze through your boundaries, take credit for your work, and still expect applause. The key symptom? Lack of empathy. They simply don't care how you feel as long as they're getting ahead. Sound familiar? And then there's the Dunning-Kruger effect. Ah, yes, the golden rule of overconfidence. This happens when people with the least knowledge or skill think they're absolute geniuses. The person who watched one YouTube video about investing and now lectures you on crypto at every party. Yep, Dunning-Kruger. They don't realize how much they don't know, and that blind spot often comes across as arrogance or plain rudeness. But here's the big question. If there are biological, psychological, and environmental reasons behind rudeness, does that mean we should just shrug it off? Not at all. Understanding why people behave badly doesn't mean we should normalize it. Instead, it helps us protect our own peace and make sure we're not unintentionally being that person in someone else's story. So how do we avoid falling into the jerk zone? 1. Learn to pause. Before snapping at someone or firing off that snarky comment online, take a breath. Even a 5-second pause can save you from escalating situations or saying something you'll regret. 2. Upgrade your empathy. Instead of reacting immediately, ask yourself, what's going on with them today? Maybe they're stressed, or maybe they're just built like that, but it helps you detach emotionally. 3. Be the listener. Everyone loves. You don't have to agree with everyone, but let them finish their sentence. Listening without interrupting is a rare superpower these days and builds instant respect. 4. Mindfulness works. Nope, you don't need to chant on a mountaintop. Just practicing being aware of your emotions as they happen helps you catch yourself before reacting poorly. 5. Build emotional vocabulary. Instead of boiling everything down to "I'm mad," try "I'm frustrated because I feel ignored," or "I'm stressed because I'm overwhelmed." Labeling feelings helps you manage them better. Quick self-check. Have you ever realized after the fact that you might have acted a little rude? It happens to the best of us. Let me know in the comments. No shame here. We're all working on leveling up. And you know what? This isn't just modern psychology speaking. For centuries, philosophers, religions, and cultures have pointed to the same idea. How we treat others reflects our inner world. Simple. Powerful. True. So next time you're stuck in traffic or dealing with that colleague who thinks meetings are their personal stage, remember, the way you respond is where your real strength shows. If this video gave you an aha moment or even just made you laugh a bit, hit that like button, share this with your always cuts in line friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Thanks for hanging out today. See you in the next one.